we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. And as Club Growth Director, that is definitely the main part of our mission that I am responsible for. And I love to recite the club mission because it reminds us why we're all Toastmasters. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I just wanted to do a few housekeeping rules. Definitely mute your phone and computer noises unless you are speaking. Rename yourself so that we know what club you're from. Place any questions, any comments, anything that will keep us going. Just like an in-person meeting, we want to keep going and keep the energy up. So Zoom chatting is allowed and encouraged. Complete the survey at the end of the training session. It will be sent to you. And just go ahead and be present, attentive, and engaged, okay? Those are the housekeeping rules. And I just wanted to introduce you to your senior district leaders if you don't know them. Our district director is Rod Alexander. Our program quality director is distinguished Toastmaster Tanisha Bulla. Yanni Wynn is our administration manager, and everybody knows Linda Soriento. 6-time DTM is our finance manager. My vision is what I wanted to share with you as your club growth director is that it is to be a catalyst that reignites a passion within our organization that fosters a continuous pursuit of personal and professional development for our members, to ignite a fervor for our mission among prospects that drive significant and sustainable district growth. Also to expand our impact through unwavering commitment to member connection, and that means you. Excellence in servant leadership and innovation in our community outreach. So as your club growth director for 2023-2024, my mission and my vision is to shape a future together where District 44 thrives, our members flourish, that means you, and our collective influence transforms lives. I meant to ask for headshots. That's what I said earlier today, and I forgot, but our event agenda, it's time to reignite. Our Toastmaster, Katrina Foster, will handle that part of our agenda. Then Ann Mellinson will come in with our What is Speechcraft. And of course, you know me, I will round out the evening and how to recruit your new members, because that's why you're here. You want to know about some marketing strategies that are going to get some behinds in the seats of your meeting. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to others. Amongst all the things that she is most importantly tonight, our Club Retention Committee member, Katrina Foster. Virtual hands for her, please, virtual hands.
Look, and I'm virtually running down the virtual hallways, slapping hands because I'm that person. Hey, welcome everyone. I am Katrina Foster, and tonight I am wearing my D44 Club Retention Committee member hat, and that's part of why this project is so important to me. I also wear the hat. I am the Division C Director for D44. I am the VPE of my club, Revenue Toasters, and I'm also a Pathways Champion. And so honestly, I didn't plan to take on so many titles coming into Toastmasters. I've been here since June 1st of 2020. And I came in of only doing with the idea that I would only be able to do my part. That's all I wanted to do. I want to help us all achieve our goals. We are a collective. I want to improve member retention and education naturally. But a lot of things were going on in my club and we needed help. So I started looking for things that was taken away from me feeling like a forever young, lifelong learner just doing adult things. I come to Toastmasters to get quality mentoring, personal development, professional development for a low quality, for a low quantity of currency and a high return on my investment. So I don't know about you. Part of the reason of showing up here tonight is to come up with reasons to keep my club legacy. My club has been around for 12 years, and that's a great honor because I'm a math girl, and everything about Toastmasters is just math for me. If you haven't heard the young crowd say that term or it heard around, it means it works for me. I see all the potential, I see all the value, and I'm getting my money's worth. So taking on the titles is one thing, but I'm also learning along the way. So where did the push come from? My last term, my club hit all of the education goals. It was my first time as VPE. It was my first role in the club. But guess what else happened? We did not get our 4+4, which is the areas 7 and 8 of the DCP, the Distinguished Club Plan, for those that may be new. So we did not get recognition because we didn't have the members. Why didn't we have the members? And I was VPE. We made all the education, so quality is there. I did one-to-ones with everyone. Where do we get new members? Membership held us back from recognition. That really hurt my heart. And so I wanted to find something that would give me the opportunity to reward others for their hard efforts, encourage them to speak up, remind them that we are worth making a commitment. I wanted to find something that would give tangible awards so that I can give tangible awards to new members. It could be a fundraiser. It can help others remember why they got into the program, as well as all the things that they didn't know discovering along the way. What has Toastmasters done for us? Can we still show the world what we have to offer? So this project is to hold on, to create a legacy, to move on and create the legacy, to pass the flame, as our theme is for this year, but it's also so that we know that we're still worthy. Can you get someone to commit in 4 to 8 touches? Can you pass the flame? Can you teach this to fuel on the light? And I'm sorry, everyone. Can you fuel on the light and pass it on to someone else? Can we produce leaders that transition through the path in their way using the proven skills? So tonight, you're going to hear Toastmaster Ann share some information with you about a program that is really not new, maybe new to our district, but it's been tried and true. So it's going to fill the seats. It's going to spark a flame or flicker, either in the new or the old, because in this project, we have to hound in on our own skills as well as teach someone else new. Reach one and teach one. So, oh, I'm so sorry. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Toastmaster and to give us information on this exciting program that's going to move us to the next step. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm joking.
Trina, get yourself some water.
I don't know what happened with the weather. I'm glad we're virtual though. Thank you.
Yeah, take care of yourself. My name is Ann Melanson, and I am the president of Paces West Toastmasters, and I have been a member for 3 years. I started at approximately the same time that Trina did. And just like Trina, I was vice president of education last year. When I started at Paces West, we had 12 members with varying degrees of interest and contribution to the club. As of September 30th of this year, we will have 5 active members, and one of those members just joined 3 weeks ago. Just like Trina, my club met all the educational requirements that they needed for distinguished club status, except for the membership. And it wasn't because we didn't try. True, we didn't have a vice president of membership, but we worked hard to try and make the club more exciting, to make it more accommodating. We really just did everything we could. We changed our meeting times. We were formerly an hour-long lunch meeting. Now we're an evening meeting. We brought in speakers. We conducted panel discussions. We hosted speechathons. We even had one member who is a phenomenal cook, and she would consistently bring in treats from her kitchen. And that didn't even entice people to stay. So what could we do as we were going through all of the things that Toastmasters offers, and there is a plethora of information out there from Toastmasters, we found speech crafters. And as Trina said, speech crafters is not new. This program was revitalized at the beginning of the pandemic so that it could meet the digital needs of its members. You can use this speech craft for fundraising. You can use it for public awareness. We are going to use it as a membership tool. This, I believe, is the right kind of fuel that is going to ignite the fire of our existing members. It's a new way for clubs to gain membership momentum. And now I think that we have a video. Now, I don't know why that video isn't starting. Oh, here we go.
Does anyone hear it?
No, there's no volume. Oh, okay.
Just keep going.
All right. So let
You
me
have to
tell you
share
what
your audio as well.
let me tell you what Speechcraft is. Speechcraft is a training tool that was created by Toastmasters International to increase club membership. What you can consider it as Toastmaster Lite. It offers lessons about the basics of public speaking taught by fellow Toastmasters. It's designed for those who don't have speaking experience. Maybe they realize they need some training, but they don't want to commit to a 6-month membership in Toastmasters. This is also a great opportunity for people who are taking job interviews where they come in and they can practice questions. You know, you're always put on the spot in an interview with, tell me about yourself. And no matter how much we know it, we never really practice it enough. What makes Speechcraft a little different is that there's no protocol training, there's no meeting training, and there's no leadership training. It's all about speaking. It's all about crafting a speech, learning how to select a topic, how to present it, how to use your body language and your voice. The Speechcraft event is very flexible. You, as a Speechcraft organizer, can determine how many meetings you want to have. Your Speechcraft event can be four lessons, could be 6 lessons, could be 8 lessons, whatever you decide. The speech crafters, those people that are attending your class, they speak at every meeting, whether it be at a table topics or whether they actually do a prepared speech. That's their purpose to be there. Interestingly, everybody in your club has to be involved in this. You have to get buy-in from everybody in your club because they are going to help participate. When you are organizing this event, you're not doing it by yourself. You're doing it with your group. It's going to benefit the Toastmasters, it's going to benefit your club, and it's going to benefit the speech classes. So why would you go into Speechcraft? Well, why wouldn't you try Speechcraft if you have tried gathering new members in all the other ways that you can, where you have held open houses, where you have changed up your procedures. You've talked to everybody. Maybe you can't get anybody to come in. Maybe you can't get anybody to commit. This is something new. This is something different. And what makes this unique is because everybody in your club is organized, you're now working as a team. I think that one of the things that happens at Toastmasters is that we are all focused on our own path. We're going down our own pathways and we're volunteering information or evaluations on other people, but it's very much a singular event. When you have a Speechcraft event, everybody in your club is going to be participating and everybody is going to be working on this project together. There's going to be a lot of interaction. You're going to need volunteers. Your VPPR is going to have some new tasks to do in order to advertise and to get the word out. The Vice President of Education is going to have to be clever about how Pathways is utilized. Interesting with Pathways and Speechcraft is that when people participate in the Speechcraft event, they can earn credit for a Pathways. When you are a coordinator, a Speechcraft coordinator, you can earn credit for your Distinguished Toastmaster Award. And if you are an educator at a Speechcraft event, you can also earn Pathways credit for those speeches that you're giving. So yes, it's a new kind of event. It's a different team building kind of event, but everybody is still earning credit, which is an amazing thing. You've got to talk up this project to get everybody on board. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to purchase your digital kit. You're going to decide to do it and get it. So let's talk about the volunteers that are needed. It takes a village. As I mentioned, you're going to have a coordinator. The coordinator is going to be the person in charge of this event. They are responsible for making sure that it is executed and finishes on time. Because of the information, because of the number of people that you may have involved, your coordinator may find that they need an assistant, and that's okay too. You're going to need table topic masters, you're going to need evaluators, education presenters, and guides. Now, I don't know how many of your clubs actually have mentors. If you have a low membership club, you may find that it's difficult to have mentors. But for the Speechcraft event, you need guides, and it can be a one-on-one with the Speechcrafter. So if everybody is earning credit and everybody is participating, and this is a timed event, so it might be for an entire weekend, 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening on Saturday and Sunday. It might be 4 Mondays in October. It could be 5 Saturdays or 6 Saturdays in the winter. Whatever you decide to do is fine. You just have to make a decision and go for it. So again, how is this different? When you look at a Speechcraft agenda, because we do know that you can't have a meeting without an agenda, that you'll look at this agenda and you'll see that there's an introduction, a discussion of skills, table topics, presentations, a preparation for the next week, a workshop, and that's it. You're not seeing any club news, no club information, nothing that fills up an agenda in a regular Toastmasters meeting. This is what separates the speechcraft from a regular Toastmasters meeting. It's strictly devoted to the art of presenting a speech. So now as we're talking about this and we're saying, oh, well, you've got to give speeches, you've got to have educators, the educational presentation, you're probably thinking, well, who's coming up with that? Well, now, isn't that the beauty of Toastmasters? As I said, Toastmasters has a plethora of information, and they help you organize your session. So they have determined what the topics are that you should be teaching at a speechcraft event, and you can see those on the screen. If we have any long-term members of Toastmasters, some of this may look familiar. It may look like a better speaker series or things that came out of the competent communicator projects. As Toastmasters who are in Toastmasters on a regular basis, these are the things that you're learning through your pathways. So you're in an opportune position to teach somebody else. As Trina said, reach out to somebody and teach somebody. That's exactly what we're doing here. The speeches for Speechcraft are not 5 to 7 minutes long. The beauty of this is they're short and they're sweet, 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so let's talk about Speechcraft basics. What do you need to get started? First of all, this is a digital download for Toastmasters International. It costs $50 to download the information that you need. It creates a portal for you. And once you determine what your dates are, your beginning and your end date, you'll be able to add people to that portal. And you use that portal, it's similar to Basecamp. You'll use that portal to assign lessons, to track people's progress, and to document the speeches that they've made. If you have a great and tremendous public relations team, and you get more than 5 speech crafters for your event, well, good on you. Congratulations. What that means is that you will have to download another digital package from TMI because each student gets their own access. Now, you might think, oh, we don't have enough members. We don't have any money. I can't see how we're going to front that $50. Well, don't worry, because you can charge for this. Not only can you charge for this, this is another decision you get to make. How much money are you going to charge for this? I was talking to a friend of mine and she said, oh, I'd pay $250 for something like that. Well, guess what? You can't charge $250 because Toastmasters International says you can only charge up to 1 year's worth of dues. So the maximum amount that you can charge for this class is $120. But you can charge what you want. You can use it as a fundraiser. You can charge $50, you can charge $10 with 5 students just to cover your costs. You could charge $15 and get a little extra going, or you can charge whatever you want and have the dues paid, maybe your local dues paid for the speech crafter who transitions into a Toastmaster. After the class is finished, these speech crafter records are kept online for 90 days. And during that 90 days, that is a great time to transition these people and convert them to Toastmasters. Again, they're getting credit. So if they start and they do all the things that they're supposed to do, they can get through the whole first level of pathways and start in on the second level of pathways. So it's a win-win. Marketing materials are included for this. And because Toastmasters has given you an outline, your educators are really just developing speeches that they should be very familiar with and not have any difficulty with. So I've said all that, and I say it because we know that Toastmasters is a great organization. We know that Toastmasters offers us a way to improve ourselves, a way to help our club. It offers us a safe place to make mistakes. And that's all good. And that's all good. By doing something like Speechcraft, Club Toastmasters can be reinvigorated. They've got something new to do. They've got a new idea to play with. They're going to be stretched in ways that they haven't been stretched before. Speechcrafters can see when they come in for their Speechcraft event just how supportive the relationships are between fellow Toastmasters, how we protect each other, we help each other, but we also do it while we're having fun, okay? We want Toastmasters to be meaningful, and we want Toastmasters to provide opportunities. And by doing something like Speechcraft, we do allow people from the outside just to see what a wonderful organization Toastmasters International is. All right, with all of that, let me turn the table back over to our new club growth director, Yolanda J., and she'll show you how to market this and other Toastmaster events.
Thank you, Anne. Clap it up virtually for Anne. Thank you so much. Now, before today, had you heard of Speechcrafters? Drop it in the comments. Let me hear you. Have you heard of Speechcrafters before today? Now, if you're on your track for DTM, you've definitely seen it before. And so you know that that is one of the things that you would have to do in order to, or one of the options. You didn't have to do it. You can do something else, but one of the options. So yes, but didn't know much, right? So what we decided as a retention team is to use an alternative way to get people to your clubs. So if you market well, on the avenues that we're going to talk about in just a minute, you can get people who want that truncated experience of development for maybe a toast that they have to give at their best friend's wedding, or maybe they're getting into the job force again after working from home for a while, and they just want to work on and hone their job, what do you call that, interview skills. So this is the first time that they are jumping back into some professional development. What I'm hearing from corporate America as club growth director is that companies are utilizing Toastmasters to get people back from work at home. So this is going to be a great avenue for those who have to get back into the, I was going to say the rut, but that's not a good word, but back into the habit of going to work, or communication, interpersonal skills, because we've been home since 2020. And so this is a great avenue to promote to non-Toastmasters. So I hope you heard that message. But the best thing about it is once they get in, most people are hooked on Toastmasters. Weren't you hooked when you got in? Once you got to the meeting, you may have had to be asked a few times, but once you got to the meeting, you kind of was like, I love this, because the culture of Toastmasters is amazing. The people are amazing, and we are so embracing and supportive that they want to stick and stay. So I hope that you heard that message from Anne. This is just a new way to get the people into the building. The best part of what she said for me was that they already get credit in Pathways and that they could pay for it, and their dues could possibly go to their dues as a member, not their dues, but their payment to Speech Crafters could possibly, if your club decided, could go towards their membership dues. And remember, you can only charge up to $120, which is 12 months of Toastmasters at $60, our new rate. All right. So a lot of you've heard of it. Nicole did not. This is my first time from Demetrius. Mike has heard. Karana, is that how you say Karana? That I probably said that wrong. Smashed it. Sorry. And Robin,
you got it right. Thank you.
Good. I try my best. And Robin hadn't heard. So hopefully you guys go ahead, and I'm going to give you some resources at the end where you can massage it with your club members if they're all not on today. So let's talk about recruiting. Recruiting is one of my favorite topics. I am, again, your club growth director. My background is in HR as well as network marketing. So recruiting and growth is a lot, and retention really is a part of who I am as a brand of my business. And so I am known in my business as the recruiting champion, as well as the retention champion. So I love being club growth director because it just kind of fits with what I'm already doing in life. So I'm going to show you how to recruit some new members. Some of it's going to be new, and some of it's going to be a reminder. And we're going to talk about how is your club already recruiting? Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you're doing already to get people in the seats. Now, this is a safe space. This was initially an event meant for those clubs with 12 and less people. So I need to know and tell me how it is that you're recruiting. How are you getting the word out? How is your club cultivating interest with those who are non-Toastmasters? And then, of course, I'm going to share some best practices with you. So what I want to, let's see, reaching out to former members and families and friends. You know what? I put it on social media and people ask me about Toastmasters all the time. I can't tell if they're asking about Toastmasters in general or are they asking about my club because I'm VPM too. So that's a great way to do it. Great job, Angela. So let's jump right in. Here's the objectives for me. I want to define and identify key tools of recruitment, identify and describe some avenues of promotion, and then, of course, again, those best practices. Website, social media, word of mouth never fails. Word of mouth never fails. So that was the question. How is your club recruiting? You can still drop it in the comments. We'll catch some of it. Now, I would not want you, let's be transparent. It's okay to be transparent in front of Toastmasters, right? I want you, if you're a club that has low membership, or even if you're a club with great membership, I would not want you to word of mouth or post on a website, come to my club if these are not the things that you're already doing. So amongst the club members and even the club leaders, let's have a quick moment of truth. I know our area directors are going to have an objective to go out to all of our clubs and do and conduct a moment of truth. But amongst yourself, you could do a quick moment of truth. What's your first impressions when you come into a club? Are guests greeted? Are they warmly invited? Is the room ready? Is it prepared? Are we still scrambling for club members to fill roles? What about membership orientation? One thing at the international conference convention that really took my breath away is that our president said that she went to a club almost 4 times and tried to join, and there was no follow-up, or the application was lost, or there was just some mix-up. 4 different meetings. So what's your membership orientation like? Is there fellowship? Is there a variety of communication methods? Some people love texting. Some people love email. Some people will go on social media and find the information. Are you planning? Are you organizing? Are you having your executive club officer meetings? Do you know what the progress is of your members? Do you have a pulse on your membership? What is your current membership strength? What do you need to be distinguished this year in the terms of 7 and 8? Katrina talked about that 4+4. And achievement recognition. Are you recognizing those who are breaking the ice? or maybe best table topics, or someone who finished a level, things of that nature. I will tell you, adults need recognition just as much as children, if not more. When I say my team thrives on recognition, it's just an innate way that people just, I don't know, they just makes them feel good. I do know it makes them feel good. It makes them feel useful. It makes them feel valued when you recognize their achievements. And that is a strong part of retention. So where we analyze our club is having quality meetings. If they're not, we're adjusting because we had our moments of truth. Make sure you contact with your area director. They're definitely coming to do a moment of truth, okay? So here's my place of comfort is in creating club marketing materials. I love Canva, but before you even just go to Canva or anywhere to start making marketing materials, you must, as the VPPR or anyone making resources for your clubs, go to our branding portal. You can go to toastmasters.org, search branding portal, it'll come right up, all right? And then there are already tons and tons and tons of marketing resources, flyers, brochures, and signage already available and branded in Toastmasters. So you really don't have to do anything. You could copy, paste, and repeat, and that'll be okay. Things that you should be displaying. One thing I love about in-person meetings is club banners. Like my club is very brand new. We just chartered. And so I am looking for our club banner so that I can put this on our club banner. It's just another recognition that I would love to share with my club, but we don't have a club banner yet. But if you have a club banner, definitely display that. Even if you're a virtual club, you can put a virtual club banner up and at the beginning of each meeting. Educational materials, agendas for the meetings, and of course, a poster with the contact information to get. If I was interested, I joined, or I came as a visitor, I joined, I had to leave a little early, and I didn't want to disturb the meeting. There's a poster somewhere outside the door, or whatever. I can just contact the VPM later. So you want to be able to do things like that so they can get to you quick, okay? So here's the things I was talking about. Canva, Canva.com is a document creation. I mean, they make any document you can fathom or think of, but Toastmasters has also partner, if you would. I don't know if it's a real partnership, but they definitely have a partnership in where they created tools in Canva. And all of the things that you see on the flyer here is already made, pre-branded in our colors, in our font styles. And if you see here, you can see social media ads. And I have a couple of examples on the next slide. Another one is Flyer Maker. I don't use it, but I did check it out. It works very similar to Canva. And there's other document creations. Do you know about? Drop them in the comments to share them with others, because Canva is my number one. It's the only one I use, but Adobe has them. You can create in Adobe as well. To get high resolution pictures, you already know that Toastmasters branding portal already has our pictures. You really don't have to go search for them. But if you use Pixabay or Unsplash, you want to make sure it doesn't have any watermarks on it and they're free. And you also want to make sure they are within the Toastmasters guideline. What does that mean? It's not a caricature. It's not a baby or children. Our brand is meetings, adults over 18. You already know that Toastmasters have to be at least 18 in meetings, in settings, collaboration, those type of pictures. So be careful when you are using pictures, or just use ours because we already have. It was us over 50 pictures that you can use for in the branding portal. Of course, member incentives. I love like member of the month. I would like to do that from the district perspective as well, and post on all of our social media circles. Who wouldn't love to get a recognition like that? But you guys can do it on your websites, on your social media channels, and introduce members to your social media audiences. Why? Because they may identify with that person. I was in a meeting today, and that person wanted to start a Toastmasters club for her leaders there at the thing. And I said, when I started, I was a secretary and I did not have leadership capabilities. My job just not afforded that for me. So I used Toastmasters as a leadership development for myself. I added it to my resume, blah, 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 right? Told my story. And she just was like, whoa, that resonated with me. So when you do Member of the Month, not only is it recognizing someone and giving them a recognition in the club, but it's also connecting your audience online to identify with who's in your club, because that matters. Club culture matters. All right. And then we saw a couple of these in the chats. Tell your story, word of mouth. Listen, I'm going to even push you to say, why don't you tell your story on social media? Why not just one-on-one in person, but why not do a video of 1 minute or so of all the club members and tell their why they joined, what was their Toastmaster journey like? You'll be surprised at who would resonate with that. All right. Here are some of the marketing tools that I've either made or snatched. These two with the Toastmaster logos on them are already created in that Canva template document that I saw, of course, that I showed. Of course, I have that in the club resources here in this presentation that you will get. So here are some of the things that you can make, but you can also just, download it, okay? Interest. What do you do? Cultivate interest in your club. Here are some things that you must do. This is a part of the Moments of Truth as well as club quality. When you go to find a club in Toastmasters.org, what do they find on your club? There are honestly clubs in District 44 that have a different address on Find a Club that they do on social media and a different time that they meet on their free Toast host site. You want to make sure everything is symmetric so that anywhere they look you up, it's all giving the same information. I think they had even a meetup site on that tool Meetup, and that had a different time and day and meeting place. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And also just use the TI promotional resources like the benefits of Toastmaster membership. That's a great one to share when you are talking, maybe word of mouth or in the community, you can pass those out. Club social media outlets. How many of you have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube for your Toastmaster club? Drop it in the comments. What do you have? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram, Twitter, X? Another conversation for another day. LinkedIn or YouTube? I will say LinkedIn is especially great for Toastmasters because of our brand. We're a professional personal development organization that falls in line with LinkedIn, and YouTube, we're a visual organization. So that will fall in line with maybe your meetings, your speeches, special trainings, or whatever you offer your audience. It's starting to rain here, so I hope you guys are holding on. You can share that with your audience as well on YouTube. I am a big fan of Facebook and Instagram. I will say I don't use LinkedIn as much, but I feel like that goes with our brand. One thing I didn't put on here was Clubhouse. Clubhouse is an audio only app, and I definitely will be utilizing that for social media on the district level soon. So that's another one. I mean, what better place can you go find Toastmasters than on an audio only app where they're only speaking? All right. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, IG, and Facebook. Good job, Siobhan. Nextdoor. Oh, we haven't talked about Nextdoor. I think that's next. Let's see. I didn't put Nextdoor on there. Nextdoor app. That's a good one. I don't think I used that one. Kimberly has Facebook. Miss Fletcher has Instagram. How many of you are not using social media in your clubs at all? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Here's some other avenues to cultivate club interest. Use the free Toast Host website. Say it again. Use the free Toast Host website. It's free to your club. It's an invaluable tool. I would recommend getting a personal URL though, www.paceswesttoastmasters.com, www.morethantoast.com. I would definitely recommend a personal URL just to smooth and make sure that they're coming to where you want them to come when they put in that URL, because free Toast Host could be a little convoluted, but they will get to you. but it's just easier if you have a personal URL. Personal URLs run about $12 a year annually. Anyone use Threads on IG? I have not broken into the Threads yet, Tiffany. Not familiar, but I did hear of it. Those corporate clubs, make sure that you're utilizing your corporate intranet. You can't do all of the social media that we do, but if you're in Teams, I know that there's chats in Teams. WhatsApp is another way to get the word out. And I would definitely leverage that for corporate intranet. Anybody else in a corporate club, and tell me how you guys can get word out beyond emails. Let me know how you get the word out beyond email, especially if you have a corporate closed club. In my corporate closed club days, we put things in the break room. Now we kind of work from home, but people still are in the office, and we're transitioning back 2 or 3 times a week. So we could put post up in the break room, in the elevator banks, and on the screens where the announcements are. So those are some things that corporate companies can do. Someone mentioned Nextdoor, which I did not think of, but Meetup is one that's really popular with Toastmasters. So is Eventbrite. So if you're having an open house or even just a meeting, you can put them on these free social networks, Meetup, Eventbrite, and Network Builder. Network Builder, networking. See how it goes together? All right, here's one that I added that we probably do not do: press releases in the county or city newspapers, community bulletin boards. I know that my local Mo's has a community bulletin board. I would just utilize the fact that we're a nonprofit company and they would post it up, excuse me. And then in libraries in my area, we have free community bulletin boards in libraries. And then I live in Gwinnett County, so I have lots and lots of community centers. So if you live near any, if your club is near any of those, that is some good places to think of. Honestly, even online, they have community bulletin boards for radio stations. I know that 102.5 has it, 104.7 has it, and so does 104.1. So I'm sure 88.7 may have it. So look into your local radio stations as well for their online community boards. And if you have the revenue, you can place an ad somewhere to draw people in the county and city newspapers. Let's see. I don't know what Pastor Jeff, what is type? Let us know what the YouTube is. T-Toasters of Vining, my club does. Great job, Nicole. Oh, Nicole. Yeah, I just realized that's a good one to get the word out in closed corporate clubs. All right, let's keep it going. I only have a few minutes. I'm doing good on time, though. Avenues, more avenues just to get your members into the building incentives. We talked about each one. That's an incentive here at the Club Growth team, where technically, my internet is unstable. So if I got technically each one reach one, some of our members, our clubs actually have less than 12 members, but only needed 2, and they had DCP goals. But if each one, which is each member, reaches 1, which is a prospect, and bring them to the club meetings, they would have had their goal. So do think about something as simple as each one reach 1. But our Smedley Award incentive is always happening around this time. It ends in September 30th, and that you will get a Toastmaster International Award for bringing 5 new reinstated members to your club. Neighborhood business awareness, almost like those are organizations within your neighborhood. It almost sounds like Nextdoor too. I have a Ring app, and they put neighborhood awareness on the Ring app in my area. So those are some other things. Youth Leadership Program is another one of the Toastmasters programs that's not talked about a lot, but is definitely something that our district does in local schools and communities. And that could be a way to get, if you do that program, which is also towards your DTM, you could get, like, I want to do it in Dunwoody High School. So if we do it in Dunwoody High School for the kids, we're definitely going to get the attention of the staff and the administration. See how that works? Contact your previous club members. Is that simple? Some people fall off just because life is lifing and things change, but they may be ready to come back, but haven't been asked. So that's another way to get your members. Now, we'll tell you, Toastmasters has changed the way that we do business. And so if you do not have your previous club members' information, that may be hard. And then today we talked about Speechcraft, which is one of my favorite ways to get new members or prospected members engaged. I want you to absolutely, positively start paying attention to your numbers. Numbers breed success. When you know where you start and you know where you're going and you plan for where you're going, then you know that when you arrive, you have succeeded. So record your recruitment efforts. So literally, I'm looking on my wall now because all of my social media numbers for my business are on the wall now as they were for August 1st. And I want you to have a goal of how many you recruit this year. You know that we want you to do 4 + 4, which is 8 for the year, but how many does your club need and how many does your club want above the 4 + 4, okay? Above the 4 + 4. And write that number down and then work towards your goals, but record your efforts along the way. Small wins, you already know because you're a Toastmaster, every small effort leads to bigger achievements, all right? So record your success or your efforts, and then of course, ultimately your success. So I want you to help me as we wrap up this session and try to beat the weather from taking out our electricity. Let's share some best practices. Sharisa, y'all use Eventbrite, that's great. The YouTube link is a video to explain how to share your screen, video, and audio in Zoom. Okay, I'm not sure why but thank you. I do know how to use it. I just probably didn't press the share sound button earlier, but that's okay. All right, members do not feel that they have, all of my screen, enough time in their schedule to promote clubs. This is a good one. Members of your club do not feel that they have enough time in their schedule to promote the club. What are some suggestions you would give your members so that you guys can take it to the next level? Drop it in the comments for me as I read Martin's comment. If you go to a local business and they have a coffee shop type of newsletters, you can usually get an announcement published every few weeks. I love that. Members do not feel they have enough time to promote. What are some solutions to that? Need your help in the comments. Need your help in the comments. Always talk about your club meeting, okay? Members do not feel they have enough time in their schedule. Why is this important, Yolanda J? Because we're asking you to promote your club. So this is going to be something that your club members are going to say, I don't have time to do social media. I don't have time to do. What are some things that they can do that won't take a lot of time? Have a leader to create a canned email, love it, and ask them to share within their communities and friend groups. VPPRs can create a template for everyone to use. I love it. I love it. I love it. That goes with Siobhan's. Ask members to post right in the line with their regular social media posting. They can reshare posts. I love it. I think the best answer of the night is a canned response or something that is automatic. Like, listen, I literally have about 16 signatures in my email because according to what I'm responding to, I just changed the signature and all of the text comes up. On my phone, I use the keyboard shortcut. So when people ask me about my club, I press MTT and the whole script comes out. It takes a little minute to set it up, but that canned response is amazing. Here's some other best practices. Try using the options that deliver the best results for the least investment of your time and resources. To me, that's social media. So sharing a post takes seconds, milliseconds. So that would work for me. Networking is always a good approach. Tell everyone on your social media circles. Delegate the task out to other club members and encourage them to help. Use LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media channels to keep in contact with members and share photos and updates. I feel like people know you when they're on social media. They feel like they really know who you are. People ask me about my son all the time because I talk about my son. They're like, hey, you're Deuce's mom. And I just really feel people feel connected. So if you're sharing on social media and you're being social on social media, that will work even with the club. It definitely works with me. People ask about my club all the time. The club does not know, here's the challenge, the club does not know if its recruitment efforts are being noticed or successful. What can they do? Tiffany says, for the last one have you heard about Toastmasters in my organization collaborative efforts? Great job. Dimitri says, plan ahead and promote in the meeting using email to schedule them. I love schedule emails. I do schedule emails almost every day. Also social media to show where they're going live. You guys are using a lot of social media. I'm excited about that. I really didn't think Toastmasters use social media as much as you guys that are on tonight. Okay, here's our next challenge. The club does not know if its recruitment efforts are being noticed or successful. Here's some best practices. Ask each prospect and guest how they heard about it. One thing about my church is very popular on social media. They always ask how you heard, and they say Instagram. I don't even watch my church on Instagram, but lots of people do. And so, if they're finding you on Instagram, then you want to up your efforts on Instagram. If they're not saying LinkedIn as much, you don't have to do as much and put much effort in LinkedIn. That's how that works. Spend more time and possibly more club funds on promotional efforts that have yielded results. This is why I'm saying write it down and make sure you're recording the efforts and the results month over month, or even week over week. Create PR and membership committees for fresh and new ideas. I think that is pivotal. So, more voices, more ideas, diversify the committee, and you'll get tons of results, Also, in a selfish way, you're also putting people in succession for the VP role next year, right? Use committees, use social media and network data to gauge. So I don't know if you know what insights are, but if you have a social media group or page, there will be network data called insights for you to look at about your outreach. All right, here's our last one. Insert your biggest recruitment challenge. Where are you struggling the most? And we have about 2 or 3 minutes to talk about that. We have a VIP recognition for any guest at that's great, at every meeting, and have them drop contact info in the chat. So Pauline must have a virtual meeting. I love that. Converting guests to members. One thing I think about converting guests to members is follow up. Guests are going to need at least a few touch points, maybe even 7. So you want to make sure that if a guest is coming, you are grabbing that contact information, like Pauline said, asking where they've heard about the meeting, or maybe there was a guest, a member that invited them, but then you want to put them, I forgot who said that. Someone was saying, oh, hey, Greta, good to see you. Someone said schedule emails. So if Pauline came to my meeting, I would schedule out about 4 emails to her after the meeting as VP of membership. Hey, thank you for joining our meeting, blah, 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 blah. And then, hey, our meeting is coming up on tomorrow. Hope we can see you. And then I would already schedule those canned responses just for touch points. And after each meeting that she attended, I would say, you ready to join? Is it join day? Sometimes we just don't ask the question. Or sometimes we ask the question and not ready with the membership application or the process of getting the member. Like in the case of Morag, our president, who it took 4 times for her to get signed on as a Toastmaster. Now she's the international president. Who else has a big challenge that maybe we can go through really quickly? It was mentioned earlier, but it bears repeating. Please, please, please validate your club's information is correct on Find a Club. We will be embarking on some new marketing campaigns that will drive guests to Find a Club website specifically for D44. Don't miss out on new members, or 2, or 5, or 4 plus 4, because they couldn't get to your meeting. That was from our DD. Virtual hands for our DD that's in the room, Rod Alexander DTM. It happens. That what I said earlier about having different addresses and meeting information for one club, it is real. It happened this year. So don't miss out. and we have some great marketing happening. And let me tell you, I think I'm getting ahead of myself, but our DD put us on this track. Those who are participating in your Speechcraft marketing and decide to do that, I want you to let me know, because we're going to be helping you out to get the word out about your clubs. Keeping people's interest and willing to commit is though people get excited from the newness of meetings, you know what, but don't care to come back. Demetrius, I think that is the diversity of your meetings. Sometimes as older Toastmasters, I don't know how you've been, and when I say older Toastmasters, I mean in years. I've been in Toastmasters 18 years. We do things the same way all the time. We need to make sure, when I was new, we always had different themes, backwards day, hat day, all these different kinds of themes, or, you know, all the time, but we fail to do that. And I think that's what really drew me into the fun of Toastmasters. Like giving up an hour of my lunch was fun because I knew I was going to have a great time when I got to Toastmasters. So themed meetings is basics, but it definitely works. And making sure we're showing the guest, much like in Speechcraft, how these small details that they do throughout the meeting lead to bigger soft skills that they use outside the meeting. All right. How we use each one mindset. All members are encouraged to invite guests. One with most guests gets a prize. VPM uses Slido to capture contact information. Oh, that's great for each guest that follows up. All right, we're going to move on because I hear the storm rumbling. Project Reignite was made and created just for you. It is my baby, because for you who have, for all clubs, we love all clubs, but for you who have 12 or less members, we want to do whatever it takes to get you to charter strength and get on the board as DCP. Both Katrina and Ann's clubs had the DCP goals and not the members. It is time to do something different. It's time to get outside the box and try something different. Together, what? It sounds so cheesy, but we can do this. Greta says, guest speakers, panels, presentations, story day, icebreak-a-thons make meetings fun. I love that. I love that. All right, we're closing up. We're wrapping up. Any questions, you can drop them in the chat or raise your hand and let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to keep moving just for the sake of time. We're actually running early, but I want you guys to get off while the storm is raging. We have a short survey on D44_ Project Reignite survey. If you would help us out there and help us plan for future club growth events. I do want to give space to Rod Alexander, DTM. If he has anything to say, stay tuned. I want to give you space to address our club members. And here are your resources. So you will get this presentation for being here tonight, so you can go back over it and also click these hyperlinks to get to all of the resources I talked about today. So you will have that. Greta, the meeting tonight, Yolanda, was phenomenal. The Knowledge Club wants to do a Speechcraft. Definitely, if you participate in the Speechcraft, you want to email me, drop it in the comments for me, Greta, cgd@d44toastmasters.org. If you're here tonight under the sound of my voice and your club does this Speechcraft, in the next 90 days, there is something in it for you, all right? We're going to help you market your club even more, all right? In the next 90 days,